what's up, everybody? We are going live about Bitcoin and the crypto markets. We are seeing an awesome bounce right before the FOMC meeting at 2 p.m. I'm actually going to change the background quickly. I just noticed I have the green screen, so why not take advantage of that? So just give me a second and then I'll get right into the bounce, what I think we're going to see, and all that great stuff. Just 1 second. Awesome. Okay, so if anybody has questions, you can put them in the live chat and let's get started. So first, before I go into the little bounce, let's actually check out the stock market. So the S&P 500 is sitting on a weekly support. This is a strong support. You can see what happens when we've kind of broken it on the weekly. It wouldn't be good. So right now we're seeing a lot of indecision. If we go to the daily as well, we broke down this 200-day moving average. And let me just remove my phone from there. Yeah, we broke down this moving average and I wanted to watch how the open was today. Let me just having bad luck today. So I wanted to see how the open was, and you can see right here, we pumped open, and then at 10 a.m. we had the 10 a.m. reversal and we kind of dumped right here. So I think that everybody's kind of just waiting for the meeting at 2 a.m. and then waiting for Jerome to go live after to see, are the rates going to be raised? What's happening? And I have a little bit of information right here. So Fed to signal March interest rate liftoff. The Federal Reserve policymakers are poised to signal plans for their first interest rate hike since 2018 and discuss shrinking their bloated balance sheet as they seek to restrain the hottest inflation near 40 years. So the Federal Open Market Committee is all but certain to hold its benchmark rate near zero after a 2-day policy meeting Wednesday, while sticking to its plan to taper asset purchases at the end and end them in March. So we have the meeting at 2 p.m. That's kind of what everybody's looking to wait for, to see what happens. So people are expecting rates to remain steady and the current pace of taper to be maintained at the January meeting. The main goal of the meeting is for the FOMC to telegraph a March rate hike and balance sheet turnoff this year, and we expect it will do it so cautiously, emphasizing the uncertainty and downsides, risks to growth, given that we are still in the middle of an Omicron wave. So there's a lot of fear in the market, but we are still seeing a Bitcoin bounce. I want to share where we're going with this. We're going to the moon. So I want to share beforehand what Bitcoin does, and it's kind of important to know this. The vertical lines you're seeing are the halving dates. So Bitcoin goes through a halving where its rewards get split in half. The last Bitcoin should be mined around 2140. So you can see when we go through a halving, we explode in price. So this is our first bull market right here. What's up? This is our first bull market right here. And I want to also note out that the price never has retraced back to prior all-time highs. So this is our first all-time high. This is our second all-time high. And the price has never retraced back. So I'm not expecting Bitcoin to break or retrace back to $20,000. I don't see that at all. And if we look at the next halving, that's 828 days. Honestly, the time goes by so quick. It'll be right around the corner right here. So I don't think we will come and test $20,000. But anything close, anything like if we start tipping towards down there, those are great buying opportunities. What's up, Maurice? What's up, Badron? What's up? What's up? What's up? So these are awesome buying opportunities when we get closer to the prior all-time highs. And you have to think about, Michael Saylor institutionalized Bitcoin at 22 or 24K, and Elon Musk started buying at the low 30s. So this is another visual chart that is the same thing. And you can see when we start getting low to these lower levels, it's accumulate, buy, basically a fire sale. So while everybody's being fearful, maybe this is a great chance for you to start accumulating. Let's go into the actual technicals of Bitcoin right now. So everybody's sharing this type of a channel right here where Bitcoin's in this large channel, the support, the lows are down here, and then you have the highs here. So a lot of people thought we were going to swipe these lows right here, and it's still very possible. We didn't do so, and these are, I keep doing that. These are the two controls that, I'm using a Mac. I keep switching, my Mac and my laptop, so my Mac and my XP, so I keep screwing that up. But a lot of people thought we were about to swipe these lows, and I assume a lot of people have buy orders here. It's kind of why I thought if we broke these lows, so I'll go into what I think is going to happen right now. This is pumping, and here is a kind of important resistance I'm looking at. And we can take a look together. Resistance right here, resistance. We had a small deviation where we broke above, but we broke above, and then we broke back after getting dumped right here. Support, and then we broke back down. So this is the area I'm looking for us to break. We may get a rejection here. Maybe there's bad news at 2 p.m. Maybe the market dumps. So we can see a bull trap essentially right here where everybody's getting complacent. They think, the market's just going to explode. But I think this is definitely heavy resistance around the 40.5 to 41K. I'll give you guys an awesome buying. Let me throw on these moving averages as well. I'll give you guys an awesome buying strategy as well. But if we get rejected from here, then it wouldn't be the best. If we get rejected here, then I think we may be going to test the lows again and potentially set a lower low, because that's how markets move. Especially in down structures, setting lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. And I think that everybody, so if we do break down here, and I'm going to go on the negative, the bad scenario first, but if we do break down here, then I would expect us to go down to lows. It's just kind of clear. Are we going to go to these lows and then bounce like we've done previously here and here? I think that's too easy of a call. I think that we will hit these lows and maybe see some sort of bounce. But if we do come down here, unfortunately, I think that we will break down lower, and people aren't expecting that sort of drop. I think that 24K would be the lowest Bitcoin goes, and if it goes lower, then I'm wrong. I definitely would like not to be wrong. And then bringing us back to our historical price action of Bitcoin, we haven't seen a previous bull run, like an all-time high from a previous bull run, ever be broken or invalidated. Not here, not here, and I don't think it will happen here either. So anything close to that 20K, if it does fall here, this could be a generational buying opportunity. You have the same buying price, approximately close to Michael Saylor's first buy for MicroStrategy for his company. I forget what it's called, but that's when he institutionalized BTC. And he went full out. So you'd be getting some of those buy areas that he did, which are just awesome. That is if we fall down there. So let's go opposite now. If we continue to break out here, I would wait for us to kind of support on this line. I'm also looking for us to break a prior lower high right here. So as I mentioned, down down moves go in lower lows, lower highs. This is the lower high that I want us to break, because then we would be setting up a higher high and the market structure would be kind of changing. So regardless of where we break out and pull back, I'd want us to break this all-time, this prior high right here, definitely. And for a buying strategy, you guys can use the 4 and 9 moving average. It has been awesome. I'll just briefly go over that on the weekly. And you guys, if you want like a for sure buying strategy that's going to work, you can wait for this. You're going to need to be patient because it's not a buy right now. You might lose some ground from the bottom, because you can see right here. This turned right here. So you sold at, and I always share this foreign because it's so solid, about $55,000 you sold right here, and you bought back around 37K. You sold again closer to $60,000, and we don't have a buy yet. So we're waiting for the buy. This could go as low, as it wants to go. But when we get the crossover in the 4 and 9, we can take the buy. If you want to move this down to the smaller time frames on the daily, we're about to get the crossover here. So we can move away. We can actually just hide the price, and you can see we're about to get a crossover. So I might take that trade. And if I take that trade, where would I exit, or how would I exit? With the death cross, where the moving averages are crossing to the downside instead of to the upside, giving us a golden cross. So you can see on the daily, sometimes you get whipsaws. So you get these quick in and out entries like here and here, or it didn't cross there, but still very profitable. If you want to be more patient and use a higher time frame, you can use the weekly and solid buying opportunities. So this is kind of where I'm watching right here. I'm watching this area. I'm looking to see if we're going to get rejected here. You can take the short. Taking the short a lot higher would have been more profitable, but I think that we're starting to look for a bottom. Don't know how far we'll go, but when we start making that bottom, like somewhere right here, I feel like a lot of ground has already been lost. So maybe shorting wouldn't be the best bet here. Even if we do follow the 24K, just the 24K would be about 35%. It's profitable, but I would look for a setup on the swing side and try and get the long from 20,000, breaking into all-time highs. So not only would I be earning Bitcoin because I trade inverse perpetual contracts, so I'm using Bitcoin to make more Bitcoin, but expect exactly that. My Bitcoin would be worth more because I trade Bitcoin to make more Bitcoin. And if it's priced higher, my profits would be more. So I just look for the upside. I'm a perma bull, but it's good to know when to be out of a trade. So right here, we might be getting the 4 and 9. I'm just looking for this. I should have went live around 2 p.m. or after 2 p.m. after the meeting, but I just don't want people to FOMO in. I think a lot of people think that we're in the clear right now, but this could be a bull trap, and you definitely want to tread carefully. So he said to the moon, I believe. Where are we going? Up or down? He said to the moon, I believe. Yeah, so right now we're bouncing up. And like I mentioned again, we're bouncing up right here. If we get rejected here, this is where you could take a short. If we work our way up to here and still get rejected, this is the prior high. So if we get rejected, it probably wouldn't look good. I'll use other indicators as well, just the candlesticks, and I'll read how the candlesticks are looking. And if it's looking like it's breaking down, then I'm not too convinced that this move was going to play. I already think the FOMC and the Fed meeting is already priced in. Everything's already discounted. Everything's already priced in the graphs. But unless it's something that we're not expecting, you never know. The sentiment can change in seconds. So I'm expecting this to work its way up to 40K. If it doesn't, and we break down here, I'm expecting us to hit back to the lows. Wherever we find the low, I don't think we are going to be recovery like we did in 2020. And as I mentioned, we are at pretty much all-time lows were oversold on relative strength index. But 2020 right here, we had this huge V correction. I don't think we'll get something like this. Maybe we get more of a chop like that. So it could take weeks in an area like here. But if we fall down to 24 like this, maybe we'll just get some wicks. Because you can see every time we come into these lows, there's huge demand. We're just getting bought up. But the more times we test it, the less strength it'll give us, the less of a bounce it'll give us. And it looks like we're heading right into there. It's very hard to say. So you guys just got to be on your toes, honestly. I'm from the EU where I can see the response. Is it going to be live or something? Definitely going to be live. Definitely going to be over, everywhere on the internet. Just search FOMC, watch Twitter. It's going to be everywhere. So this is the total crypto market cap as well. We fell, I think, over $1 trillion. But if you guys learn how to read market candlesticks as well, you can start reading candlesticks like this. Like this is a bearish variation right here. And you can start reading tops and start learning how to take better exits or better entries. So same thing with this. It's kind of very close to a Bitcoin chart. We're breaking down this moving average. This is looking like a bullish candlestick, like a hammer. And you can see that we dumped, but the buy pressure is picking up and people are buying the hell out of it. This is kind of resistance right here at the 2 trillion mark. It's a nice round number. The 2 trillion, huge number in my opinion. I think that same thing for the whole crypto market. We're going to bounce back up, hopefully into the 2 trillion mark. And then it looks like we'll have a hard time breaking this. You can see prior resistance, support, and then we broke down. So we have a moving average to break over, and then we have the huge 2 trillion resistance to break over. Are we going to do it so quick? I don't think so. It might take some time, some reaccumulation, some changing hands of crypto coins. And I honestly just be safe out there. You do not want to get wiped out trying to time bottoms so you miss out on the next bull run, on the next uptrend, on the next we're breaking all-time highs. So, don't go crazy trying to time the bottom. It's pretty much impossible unless you get lucky. I've tried to catch the bottom so many times, but it's less stressful when you have a solid plan in action. You're using stop losses because then the market can drop as far as, you don't really care because you're not over leveraged, you're not over positioned, you have stop losses. So if it drops more, you can just get a better entry to make more gains to the upside. So play safe, join the Discord if you need any help. We're just kind of watching till 2 at the mercy of the feds. Just going to see how they're going to screw us over. They're just wrapping up their message to make it sound as pleasant as possible on how they're going to screw us. But let's see how the crypto markets react to it. If you have any questions, post them below. I'm going to be looking for some awesome trades. I still think the market's very soft, so don't do anything crazy. NFTs are blowing up, so got a lot of money to make in that section. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to start looking for some